because
Let's go.
an interesting question popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
In the cultural divorce, who gets Scarface?
Oh, well, look, you know when you have a family pet that everyone loves, I don't think I because I can see like who doesn't like this movie. I mean, I guess like the
There are arguments to be made on both ends that it should go to the left or the right. Because on one side, amazing immigrant story. Obviously, now the immigrant isn't necessarily a good guy, but it does show good things about immigration. I think arguments to be made. It's definitely pro drug.
I don't know if it's pro drug.
it would
It's
pro
probably
drug
anti-drug.
legalization. I would say pro drug legalization, although I guess.
No, I don't think so because everything falls apart. It's like
Well, what I'm
drugs
saying is
destroyed his
that
life.
like it drugs destroyed his life. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it very clearly shows the ways in which, and maybe I just watched American Gangster, so there are parts
Oh,
of the two that are now in my brain together. But like I know American Gangster clearly does this, and I'm pretty sure Scarface does. It shows how the U.S. government involvement in the drug trade very much allows these criminal organizations to operate the way that they do. And I feel like it is a very good, like, hey guys, maybe we should be regulating this shit instead of letting people like Scarface fucking handle this. But also it's a very much American dream, rags to riches. Put in the work, and the world is a giant pussy just waiting to get fucked. Like I feel like Tony Montana is a fucking libertarian. But
yeah, he's a huge anti-communist. He makes that very clear several times.
So I don't know, but I guess it depends. It honestly, because I feel like with the boys, like only idiots think that Homelander is the protagonist of the boys, and even the good guy. I don't know to this day what the moral implications of Tony Montana are. Like I don't know if the movie is celebrating Tony Montana or saying he is bad. You're giving me a squint. Again, I haven't watched this movie in probably 5 years now, but
Yeah.
I would argue that The Godfather very clearly says fucking what's his name?
Corleone, Vito Corleone.
Yeah, Vito. I was like, it's not Don Corleone. Vito Corleone is a bad guy. He's bad. It's the ending of the movie is very clear. He is in darkness. He is not a good guy. But like Tony Montana, it very much seems to celebrate him. It very much seems to celebrate the violence and that mindset that he has as a good thing. I don't know. Maybe you disagree. Obviously, his whole life is ruined, but it is clearly better than where it started. Like,
Yes.
he definitely lived the life he wanted to, and the movie kind of celebrates that.
So it's a tricky tightrope you have to walk with gangster films because depending on the message you want to make, because most of the messages it falls along this line. Yeah, sure, you have this short time period where you can enjoy your criminal activity and all the the fun that goes along with it, but eventually you got to pay the piper. Like that's usually the story with gangster films and everything. The only problem with that is, man, that first part is awesome. Like the first part, like it's hard to say I'm trying not to glorify this when like you have 45 minutes of people doing the coolest shit you could possibly imagine. It's like yeah, I mean, would it be worth dying at 34 if you knew you could have 15 years of more fun than most people have in 2 or 3 lifetimes? That's a pretty good selling point for a lot of people. Like, yeah, or you could work a shitty job for the rest of your life and die at 80 with your health falling apart, just never making it over just average fun, Now, come on, that's a pretty decent trade-off. But when you're talking about the national divorce, I wrote down some things that are on the right-winger side for this. First off, Cubans. I mean, they're Cubans. They're Cuban Americans.
You know what? Honestly, I'm giving them Scarface just for that. They definitely get the Cubans. Anti-communist film. You're right. You're right. I don't know. You're right. Scarface goes to the conservatives.
And it also it's like a double-edged sword here because you have is the Cuban American protagonist. There is Tony talks like several times about how much he hates Castro, he hates communism, and he says that, oh, how's it going, Caden? It's like I don't know. He says that I'll kill a communist for fun before a green card. I'll carve him up real nice. And it's an immigrant story, as you mentioned, but it's also a bad immigrant. So like, there we go. It proves the point for the right wingers.
It's really actually that really works well in the conservative mindset because they idolize who Tony Montana is, but they can also point to bad immigrant. It
Exactly.
really is a perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that is true. I just had this idea, TJ. I really want to do this now. You know the what's his name? Tony, not Tony Chappelle, Dave Chappelle skit the racial draft.
The racial draft.
We should do the culture war draft.
I love this.
It can be just, we don't have to fucking write it. Like we can just like get like some conservative content creators. We can get people like from the different areas and just have a draft. And we can be sitting there just commenting like we're Mel Kiper, like analyzing the picks.
Oh, God damn.
We can do this every fucking month. Like
that sounds so fun. That sounds so fun. Like I would actually like collaborate with conservatives to do this. Oh man, I hate myself for saying it, but I would have a blast with this shit.
It would be such a blast.
Just be so fun.
We can do it each month. We can have movies one month. We can have TV shows the next month. We can have sports the next month. We can have celebrities, whatever. There's so many things we can do.
Oh, are you frozen again?
You're frozen now.
Oh, okay. Now I'm back.
There we go.
Oh, weird. Yeah. So, but no, it does sound fun. Although it would be tricky because we would need to find however many items that actually would be debatable, like on which side they would fall. I think most things fall pretty heavily on one side or the other. Like Duck Dynasty. All right, we don't need to do that one. I'm pretty sure the conservatives are locking that up. So that would be. There's not a lot of, but it would be fun. Music would be a good one because conservatives have. Actually, it does work because conservatives have really bad media literacy, so they can't really they're just now figuring out Rage Against the Machine. It's like an anti-conservative band. Like they're all shocked by this shit, and it also, you know what? The more I talk about this, the more I love this idea because like revolutionaries from like the 70s or whatever, a lot of them ended up pretty right wing. They kind of like verged off. Like I saw who the Sex Pistols. Johnny Rotten was saying that conservatives are the new punk rock now. I'm like, bro, holy shit.
It blows my mind when the actual punk rockers like seemingly don't understand what they were doing. it does blow my mind. Although you have like Rage Against the Machine artists. I saw a great tweet from Tom Morello recently where the CEO of Guitar Center, the new CEO of Guitar Center, came and said, oh, well, I look around Guitar Center and I see a bunch of $300 guitars. I'm just not sure if, as a serious musician, this is the type of place for me. And Tom Morello was like, we want a fucking Grammy on a guitar that I bought for $30 at a garage sale. I don't think you need a $300 guitar to be a serious musician. And I was just like, guys, such a fucking Tom Morello tweet.
Well, I don't really understand what the Guitar Center guy was saying. Is he saying $300 was too much for a guitar?
Too little. Yeah, too little. He wants to sell more expensive guitars. I don't know what a guitar goes for. As I said, zero musical talent. But I when I heard $300 guitar, I was like, that seems like a reasonably priced good guitar.
Right, exactly. That's why it confused me. I was like, that's about what I would guess since for a guitar. But he's shit talking that price. He's saying it's too low or too high. He said it was too low. Amazing.
I'm
amazing.
Hollow saying stuff in the comments. Been a while since you've been there. How you doing, Hollow?
We appreciate
we are really, this is a really off the rails kind of day. We have no plan. we're kind of chatting. So if you have anything you would like us to discuss, please let us know. We did zero prep for today.
It's been one of them days. So John, I'm a landlord.
Yes.
It's hard to get out. I gotta remember.
You're a future dinner for the rest of us.
I know it's. I'm gonna be one of the first ones to hang during the revolution. I'm not long.
You're gonna be like, you're gonna go out, even KD ratio and killing one of the landlords.
Even KD ratio, that's great. But no, like. I was contacted by the tenants and the AC went out. And so we're trying to get the AC fixed and everything. And so, I was trying to get that taken care of. And it's just been a busy day and everything. And then our guest for tomorrow canceled. And I got a substitute, so it's all right. But then next thing I knew, it was 5 p.m. Like, oh God. So I hadn't any topics together and I was kind of rustling everything to go. And I found a couple that I wanted to talk about, but I also don't want to save that for later, obviously, to the end of the show. But I'm trying to think anything more.
It's been a kind of slow news week too. In my
well,
opinion,
there's only been like one major news story that kind of dominates everything else, and so it's kind of hard to like pepper in other stuff. And one of them is even kind of related to that. But yeah, I'll ask you. I don't know if I talked to you about this real quick. Did you ever see Better Call Saul? Since we mentioned
I did,
Breaking
but I
Bad.
never like